What is up guys, it's WOTLK here, back again with another Wrath of the Lich King Classic video. Today we are focusing on the fresh Wrath servers that are coming with the Wrath pre-patch, and if you don't know yet, we are getting fresh servers where everyone has to start at level 1. So if you haven't played TBC Classic yet, or maybe you feel like everyone is far ahead of you, well, here's your chance at a completely fresh start with a blank slate where everyone starts at the exact same point in the game, and it's an even playing field. Today I'll be making a video on things that you need to know about for the fresh Wrath servers, some tips and tricks, and generally useful information for those of you planning to play on these fresh servers. Okay, let's go! Number 1, so these are fresh servers where everyone starts at level 1. That means the starter zones will be absolutely packed, and everyone will start at the exact same location, doing the exact same quests. Well, there are 5 different races per faction, so there are a couple of different starting locations, but you get the point. The starter zones will be absolutely packed. Because of this, questing will be pretty difficult, and my one advice for you here is to go away from where the quests are being done as soon as possible and simply grind mobs. This works better for some classes than others, but really any class, just go and grind mobs. For level 1 to 7, it's even been proven to be faster to grind mobs, at least that's what I've found from doing several tests on the pre-patch PTR, and those tests were being done in an environment where I actually had the quest mobs available to me with little to no competition. So with even more competition, the efficiency from questing will be even worse, while the efficiency from grinding mobs will stay the same. One of the main reasons for this is that there is less experience required per level in the pre-patch, plus a 50% experience buff due to the Joyous Journeys event, so every second you spend traveling from quest NPC to the questing location is less time that you spend getting experience, and with the experience buff, that efficiency really matters. So my advice here is to go away from the questing mobs ASAP and grind your way up to level 4, then change locations to get some higher level mobs to grind until you're level 6, at which point you pick up some quests in the second questing hub, so for example Goldshire, if you're a human, and try to complete 1 or 2 quests while grinding mobs until you're level 9 or 10, depending on if you actually complete that quest while grinding. This is because at level 9 the experience values you get from quests starts being worth it, and chances are by now you might be a little bit ahead of the pack, so it's more worth it to actually do quests rather than just endlessly grinding mobs over and over. This tip is going to be one of the best for the fresh server launch, especially if you're planning to play on the most popular fresh server where you have to expect some competition. Number 2, the class changes that were introduced in Wrath of the Lich King comes out with the pre-patch and will be active on these fresh servers as well. This means that several classes will have a much improved leveling experience, protection paladins are a lot more viable from lower levels, mages can crit on each individual blizzard tick, and most importantly in my opinion, mana usage is reduced by a massive amount. This is something you will start noticing really early, like already at level 1, and it's why my first tip in this video works so well, because you can grind so many mobs before going out of mana, if you even go out of mana. Rather than having to drink in between every 2 to 3 mobs, you can now take out 15 to 20 mobs before going for a drink, which is a massive improvement to pretty much all classes that use mana as a resource. Number 3, leveling will be a lot faster on these fresh servers than you might think. After leveling up in Classic WoW and TBC Classic, and even Season of Mastery where we only had about a 20% overall experience gain total, I think a lot of people have a completely twisted sight on how long it will take to level up on these fresh Wrath servers. There are so many things coming in the pre-patch that will by itself make leveling faster, such as the class changes that I just talked about that will improve the efficiency of your character by itself. Less mana usage also means less downtime due to less drinking. There's also less experience required per level, and I'll throw 2 charts on the screen right now so you can compare the experience values, but some levels have literally been reduced by almost 50% less overall experience required, and on top of all of this we already literally have a plus 50% experience event active that will last until the launch of Wrath of the Lich King Classic itself. I've seen people think that they need to schedule 2 weeks of work just to level up during the pre-patch, but if you're a speedrunner and or follow a decent speed leveling add-on, leveling up from level 1 to 70 should take you around 3 days of played time, like the speed levelers will probably do it in 2 days of played, maybe even less as well, which is still a lot by the way, considering we have less than 4 weeks to level up before the launch of Wrath. So taking that into consideration, you need to play at least 3 hours every single day if you want to reach level 70 before launch, but you probably want to reach level 70 a bit before the actual launch, so you can also set up your professions and make some gold and maybe even start leveling up a Death Knight. But yeah, roughly 3 days of played. And if you're looking for the best leveling add-on for those fresh servers as well as level 70 to 80 in Wrath Classic itself, RestedXP is the leveling add-on you want to go for. This leveling add-on is literally built by the fastest speed levelers in the game, but it's built for the average gamer so it's easy to follow, but it still helps you level as fast as possible and not waste your time. It is the best leveling add-on by far in my opinion, and there's a link for RestedXP down below in the video description, and I definitely recommend you go and check out the leveling add-on. Number 4, in the pre-patch, Gladiator gear will be available to purchase for honor points, giving you the perfect opportunity to gear up your character insanely fast on these fresh servers. This will set you up for several levels heading into Wrath, and at the very least I would recommend trying to obtain some gladiator weapons, and maybe some bigger pieces like the chest piece or legs. Ultimately, how many gladiator pieces you want to get is up to you, and how much you actually want to prepare, but I will say that having some decent gear will help your efficiency at the beginning of Wrath, and the difference between a fresh level 70 and a geared level 70 in Northrend is actually massive. What I will say here though is that while there is a difference in efficiency in Wrath by having some gear, you are probably spending 10 hours of preparation to save yourself 1 hour in Wrath itself, so if that sounds appealing to you, well then there you go. Number 5, because this video was also titled Things You Need to Know, let's go over some additional things. First of all, you can create a Death Knight, or you can create several Death Knights, actually 1 Death Knight per server on these fresh servers, but you need to have an existing level 55 character here before making a DK. Inscription and glyphs will also be available on these fresh servers, as they are also becoming available in the pre-patch, so make sure to get yourself some glyphs either while leveling or at least before Wrath comes out, as some glyphs offer huge upgrades. Towards the end of the pre-patch and going into Wrath itself, the Brewfest event will also be active, offering you different items such as trinkets, mounts and even achievements. That being said though, the Brewfest event is based on the level 70 TBC Brewfest event, so there will not be level 80 trinkets available during this event, even though it does extend into Wrath itself. Also, if you're interested in making gold on these fresh servers, I have made a gold guide specifically for these fresh servers, which is now a 31 pages PDF document that will be sent out to everyone who has purchased my main Wrath Classic gold guide, which is also a 93 pages document about gold making. Combined, that is 124 pages of gold making information that you can check out through the link down below. By purchasing this guide, you also get access to an exclusive gold making Discord for Wrath Classic and these fresh servers, with even more gold making information and a great community overall. So yeah, the link down below, click it and check it out. Either way, that is pretty much it for today. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel for more Wrath videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Also, if you made it this far into the video, comment down below, fresh hype, fresh hype.